While having a slump, it is very important to have the right strategies in order to get out of it as soon as possible, but in the right way. Did you know even top athletes experience a slump? In fact, many famous stars have shared their fair share of dips in performance, proving it's a very normal part of their journey. It goes to show that when you're having a slump, you can feel you're alone and it's happening to no one, but it couldn't be any further from the truth. It's a very universal process. While having a slump, it is very important to have the right strategies in order to get out of it as soon as possible, but in the right way. A slump can happen to anyone, regardless of the background or achievement. I myself recently had been in a slump for quite some time, hence the inconsistency in uploading, right? That is what inspired me to create this video today, because with the awareness I gained, I wanted you guys to be a part of it. A bad experience of mine can benefit you in some way or the other. I'm all game. The past month or month and a half, or I'll say couple of months, were a roller coaster. Whether it be business or family relations or my gym circle, my previous gym, friends in general, relatives. In every aspect, there was something going wrong. Stress is one of the major, it's the one of the most common triggers that can lead to a slump. When you are surrounded by a lot of pressure and a lot of tasks and responsibilities, it's very natural to feel overwhelmed and demotivated. I myself have felt this in the past 2 months, where I felt like I was just drowning in a sea of responsibilities with no way out. Burnout is also another reason why people get into slumps. Burnout is basically when you're pushing yourself past your mental and physical limits to accomplish tasks. I have a lot of burnout, but I usually deal with it when I'm aware. But like, so when you enter the gym, you start developing a mental strength of pushing past your failure, pushing past your limit. Your capacity is to do 10 push-ups, but your trainer's like, hey, you know what, you have to go for 12 reps. So even though 10 is a failure, you still push yourself past it, right? But again, even though this is a good thing, everything in moderation. We have to know what our limits are, what our capabilities are, and we have to perform according to them. You can't just fit a truck's engine into a car and expect it to run well for a long time, right? External pressure can also play a significant role, which is one of the reasons that people go into a rut, right? External pressure could be trying to meet someone's expectations or trying to live at a very unrealistic level. I have seen so many people from my school who are achievers, like whether it be their merit, their studies or sports or whatever. I mean, even I was into basketball, but I've seen so many of them have amazing, fantastic high school careers, yet in the early 20s have absolutely crashed out. And that's only due to one reason. You know what? It's the external pressure to keep on succeeding. No brakes, all gas for how long? And also, if we talk about other causes of having external pressure, could be a major health crisis, could be a breakup, it could be a loss of someone really near and dear to us. And these are all the reasons why people get into a slump in the first place. So when we are stuck in a slump, it's important to acknowledge that it's not a reflection of your self-worth as a human, right? Get this out of your head. Just because you feel worthless, senseless, or whatever. I mean, if you're in a slump right now and you're watching this, I'm sorry for being this straightforward. But again, it's not a reflection of your self-worth. A slump is rather, look at it as a signal that the brain is giving you. You have to get out of your comfort zone and shake things up. You have to just, there's no growth inside the comfort zone. You have to break your barrier and you have to start achieving. One of the easiest ways to do that I know, is to set small achievable goals that give you a sense of accomplishment and give you some productive momentum. It is amazing. Like, I have been in slumps before. I'm in a slump right. I was in a slump right now. I'm getting out of it slowly. But again, the most amazing way you can get out of a slump is by starting to set small goals. You will be shocked. You will be shocked to see that difference these small achievements will make and the way it will affect your mood. When you start setting small goals and you start achieving, when your mood gets better, it tends to get you motivated to make progress rather than chasing perfection. I mean, chasing perfection is good or bad. We can talk about it some other time. You have to start accomplishing goals. Again, small goals, make it more frequent so that you have this productive momentum that is carrying you forward. Also, another approach that you could take is absolutely you could change your environment. You could rearrange your workspace. You could get off of social media for some time, get that mental detox. Just get everything, because sometimes all you need is a fresh perspective. In the process of gaining that fresh in the process of gaining that fresh perspective is when we often reignite our passion and energy. Also, one thing I forgot mentioning was that one more way to get out of a slump is to seek support from people around you. This is a game changer. I did this for the first time right now, and it has helped me leaps and bounds. You could talk to a trusted friend, a mentor, or you could join a community of like-minded people where so joining a community of like-minded people, I feel is the best. I haven't personally joined a community. I just found an old friend that we have a lot of same goals and ambitions, and we have the same thought process. So he held me accountable. He in fact offered me guidance, and rather than pretending that everything is okay and trying to put up a brave face, it was okay to be vulnerable with him. The key is to be just honest and vulnerable, rather than showing that everything is fine and nothing really affects you, because in the end you are human, right? Don't forget to humanize yourself on the path of improvement. Of course, there'll be times where it could take a toll, or sometimes humanizing yourself could, like emotions, some people use it in a good way, some use it in a bad way. It is productive for some, it is destructive for some. You have to find that yourself. But again, when it comes to a slump, never pretend, like, don't put a mask on that everything is fine, I'm getting work done, I'm lifting every day, I'm sleeping, I'm eating well. Don't. So basically, the thing about having a trusted one is that by sharing our experiences and insights with each other, we can learn a lot. I just started, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I just started lifting with an old friend right now, and you'll see him in a few videos very soon, and I hope you like it. But yeah, so in my case, what happened was, I was in a rut, right? And I felt everything was going to shambles. I did not feel that I was consistent at the gym. I stopped eating clean. I stopped sleeping or waking up on time. But again, this guy who I started lifting with again, he's been an anchor, right? And it was very small steps. So initially, on my process of recovery, what I did was I started eating clean, because nutrition is fuel, and the more complex and the more shittier your food is, you're bound to feel bad. So I started by eating clean, and I followed that out. I followed that up by waking up on time. I couldn't sleep on time, but I wake up on time. I feel low on energy during the day, and again, these are not easy. These are, even though these are small goals, these are not easy. But again, these help me. These help me get into a routine that makes me productive. And on feeling productive, my mood gets better. I acknowledge the progress. It motivates me, which eventually leads to a better mindset, and then me getting out of a slump. This is what basically a slump is. I want to summarize it, but again, the sentence that I had in mind, I couldn't. It was very good. I couldn't remember it, so I've noted it down, and I'm telling you what a slump is right now. To summarize, exiting a slump cycle quickly requires a combination of self awareness, strategic planning, and support from others. By recognizing the common triggers that reflect onto your experiences in a slump, I would encourage you to think about what actionable steps you could take to get out of a slump. Remember, you're not alone on this journey, and there's no shame in asking for help if you need it. By acknowledging our vulnerabilities and taking actionable steps is how we get out of a slump cycle and unlock our full potential. And finally, I would like to know, what are your thoughts on having a slump? And if you've had them in the past, how did you overcome them? Uh, like, share your experience, share your stories, share what helped you. If I missed something, feel free to add to it in the comments. Also, if you're commenting, you could tell me what else you would like to watch a video upon. And if you made it to the end, thank you for being here. I would like you to subscribe. Why? Because I'm sharing my own journey of my transformation, right? I want you guys to be a part of it. And the only thing that sticking to the end of the video tells me is that you find my content valuable. So if that is so, please consider subscribing and sharing and liking. And I'll link a video upon fat loss. I made one of these talking head videos that was very well appreciated by a few people I know. So feel free to watch that if you have 10 minutes. And yeah, stay safe and look after yourself.